started. Is there anyone who can't hear me? All right. Hi everyone, I'm Kim Rees. I'm with a company called Periscopic. We are an information visualization firm, and we work primarily in the domains of environmental sustainability, progressive social change, open data, and data transparency. Our tagline is "Do good with data," so that's what we try to embody with our projects. In this session, I'm going to be talking about how to conserve space, visual space, and just make our visualizations more succinct, more concise, and smaller. Although at this point I don't feel entirely qualified to talk about small things, since I look like I swallowed a bus. I don't know if you've all seen that, but that's what it looks like if you eat a Mack truck. But seriously, I'll be going through some examples to sort of illustrate these guidelines that I'm talking about. So let's start with the example of climate change. You may all recognize this from a few years back. This is Al Gore, and I think it's every chart that he used in An Inconvenient Truth. So I could stand up here for 2 hours, like Al Gore, show a bunch of slides, get up on a hydraulic lift, make dramatic claims, and go on and on about climate change. Or I could show you something like this. So this is a screenshot from a site that we're developing right now for Polar Bears International. And it tells the story of climate change pretty succinctly. It shows historic Arctic ice coverage, projected Arctic ice coverage, the CO2 levels, actual and projected, and the global mean temperature, actual and projected, all in one very concise interface. It's so concise that it's almost like a punch in the face. It's like, you know, like a kung fu move that's just so perfect, it's so precise, so brilliantly executed that it just knocks you out. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, I'm a fan of Al Gore. I'm a fan of An Inconvenient Truth. And I feel that a lot of what he was saying and what he was showing was really effective. But what I'm going to try to talk about in this session is how we can try to accomplish the same things with less. So in an age that we're in right now, with information overload, with Facebook and Twitter and a TV in every room, there's this constant bombardment of information. And so I think that there's really a place for brevity, for succinctness, and for smaller interfaces. So let's go through some examples of this. So working within constraints is probably one of the easiest ways to get started with smaller interfaces and smaller visualizations. Limitations such as screen sizes on mobile devices can really force us to devise new ways of looking at information. Hopefully it will never get this bad with Will Ferrell's minuscule phone. Here is just a small sampling of screen sizes that are out there right now. So you can see they're really disparate. They're sort of all over the board. It's really difficult to design for every single device out there.